All right. Hello. Okay, so let me welcome you to today's practical section to the spreadsheets and preparing data, right? So, Risky, you just joined us. We've started some things earlier. So don't worry, we have available videos and documents that we'll share with you to go through. So at least we can all be on the same page. But for now, we are going to do a quick walkthrough on how to access data in Google Spreadsheet and also basics formatting in Google Spreadsheet today. So tomorrow we can do something advanced than we are going to do today. So before that, please, I hope you all know how to access a Google Sheet, right? So first, to access a Google Sheet, what we have to do is first to get your Google Gmail ready. So when you open your browser like this for the first time, what you are going to do is that when you are using Google Chrome, because I've always recommended that Google Chrome is pretty best for using Google Spreadsheet, right? So when you open a new tab like this, wait until you see these images here, right? So you see your profile picture here or your initials if you don't have a picture on your Chrome, Gmail. So when you see these dots in square shape, click on it, right? So depending on how fast or weak your internet is, scroll down from here and you will see this thing here, sheet. So click on this sheet if you're a first timer accessing Google Spreadsheet. So you wait till it loads, right? So please, while it is loading, if you have any question, you can ask or you can leave a comment in the message box. All right, so when it opens like this, right, the first thing we are going to do is to click on this one, the plus over here, the blank sheet, right? For now, we are not going to use the to-do list, the annual budget and monthly budget as well, right? So just click on this one. When you click on it, it is going to give us a fresh page of a spreadsheet, right? Please, does anyone have a problem or we are all good to go? Hello? Hello? Am I audible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, please.
All right, okay. Please, the rest, are you also getting it? So when you access your spreadsheet like this, initially I've already communicated with those that's during the earlier class, the in-person one, that right. You can use Excel to do whatever we are going to use the spreadsheet to to do, right? It is pretty the same, but our encouragement to students or learners is that with the Excel, if you are using Excel 13, 10, 16, 19, there is or there are great limitations in the sense that there are some features you cannot access them, right? And it is or it would be best for you to use what we call Microsoft 365. But that one is a Google developer account and it's premium. Even though I've promised that I'll make sure each and everyone have access to it, but it's a long process, so it will take time. But with the Google spreadsheet, the chances of using Google spreadsheet, if maybe you want to ask that, oh, Rich, why not a normal Excel like we have here? I don't know if somebody need clarification on that, that why are you not using the normal Excel on our local machines, right? But rather using Google spreadsheet. If you have any misunderstanding as to why or the difference between, you can let me know, right? If not, the as simple as I can explain or let you understand is that I'm using Microsoft 365 which is a developer account from work email, right? Not the normal Gmail. So with this one, it operates like the spreadsheet. So I can do my autosave here, and there are some features here that you would not find them in the normal Excel. So as data analyst or data scientist, let me put it that way, it is good you would use Google spreadsheet. So now spreadsheet, these are the importance of using spreadsheet. If you're using spreadsheet, don't worry, it's virtual product, right? You can use it online, right? So when we get there, I'll let you know why you can use it offline too. So this one can also be accessible offline, right? So don't worry about that. And with this one, you will never lost or lose any data, right? Unlike Excel, where maybe if your machine goes off or maybe you mistaken anything, you can lose something pretty great, right? That you have to start all over. And with this data analytics job or work, it's not something easy. It's time consuming and annoying, right? So imagine having your analysis or results in about 4 Excel sheet and you just lose everything. It's going to be a sad issue. So we are recommending Google spreadsheet for you, right? And with the Google spreadsheet too, as you are going to work with the Google spreadsheet, one thing you would realize is that the Google spreadsheet also has this auto saved functions and auto detect function. Because it is virtual, there are some formulas. The moment you start, maybe you want to use the sum function, right, in Excel. The moment you type the sum, it would automatically generate many other functions for you. So maybe you need some total, some ifs, some SQL, and some if, right? Now it would generate for you that, okay, under this class or family, we have these functions to be used, right? So you would know which one to choose. Unlike the Excel, if I come here and I want to sum maybe a column and I tap the sum, right? Now this would also give me the same thing. So why that one? Why this one? Because I am using Microsoft 365, right? And this one is more or less like the one over there. So it will perform the same function for me. But in yours, there might be limitations when you are to use Excel to do test analysis or test mining, right? You are going to have a very great challenge. So that's why we are going to use the Google spreadsheet. To continue with this, because this is a professional trading, if this is your first time, right, these options here, each of them has a role to play, right? But that wouldn't be our focus today. And each of these ones too has a role to play in our data analytics, right? So what we are going to do today is to look at formatting. We are going to look at formatting and how to test wrap a cell and how to do basic formats with Google spreadsheet. So today's session is going to be quick. So tomorrow we can know where we are heading towards to. All right. So that's far. If you have any question, you can let me know, and I would answer you. You can leave a message in the message box, and it will be answered. So what we are going to do now is when you are selecting, when you want to select a data in Google spreadsheet, how would you go about it? So I'm going to pick a data here. After that, I will share a copy with each and every one, so you can also have access and also manipulate it. So let me come to selecting data. So imagine you've been given this data set as an entry data analyst, right? And you are being asked to walk through this data. Maybe, I hope we all know that what we have here, we have how many columns here? We have column 1, column 2, that's column A is 1 column, B is 1 column, and F is 1 column. So in total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, right? And the number of rows, we have 20 rows. So in this case, you want to do a quick walkthrough, right? To select maybe multiple columns. So you want to select column A and column B together. This I'm doing is a manual selection. So if you want to select column A, what you are going to do is you can just use your mouse, come to the column name, right? So and after the column name, there is the column number, right? Just come and click on the column number. So I want to select C, click on C, and boom. All anything you have on C would be selected, right? Come to column D and everything would be selected. But what if I want to select multiple columns? So what you are going to do now is if you want to select multiple columns, now I want to select column A and column D. So someone would say, okay, then I can drag my mouse. So when you hold you click here and you hold your mouse down here, right? It can select everything for you. But maybe in the analysis you are doing, you only want to select column A and column F. How are you going to select this? By skipping B, C, D, and E. So what you can do is first select the A. So when you select the A, put your hand on the control key, and use the same method. Don't remove your hand from the control key, right? Come to the F, that's column F, and click on the F, and the entire column 2 would be selected. So now if in case we want to cut the column A and column F, just press Control plus X. So Control plus X, right? You could see that everything here are selected, right? So you could see A is selected and F2 is selected, right? So in case I'm coming. We want to delete them, right? So we want to clear this column. So you could see that F is cleared. So why is A still there? Highlight the A and now let's go. So you could see that when you do that and you press on your right arrow key on your mouse, you will see delete selected column. So in this case, if we are to delete or we are to clear anything, both columns are going to be affected. All right, let's try for column B. Now I need 2 columns, but I want to skip or exclude column C and column D. How do I do that? Right, we have shortcut to that, but for the purpose of our training, we will skip some of the shortcut and do the quick professional practice, right? So we can actually do something pretty great today. So now I need column B and column E. Please remember to press on Control key on your keyboard and press on E. So now if you want to do anything, right, to column B, automatically column E is also going to be affected. So as whatever you are doing at column E, column B is also going to be affected. Okay, I'm coming. I didn't do it well. So let me come here, and now you will see clear selected column. So meaning that column 1, column 2 are going to be cleared, right, automatically. So this is how you can select data in your data set. Okay, what if you want to select multiple cells, right? And we know this is a cell. In Excel, I think those that joined the class earlier knows that this is a cell, right? So I need multiple cells or random cells. from the data set. Maybe I want to perform analysis on something and I want to select random cells to just understand maybe something, right? So, okay, if I click on one cell, please use the same procedure. Click on control. Now click on any other cell you would want to, right? So you could see that multiple cells have been what? Selected at the same time. But if you don't press on the control key, whatever you are going to do, it is going to move from one cell to the other, right? So this is selecting multiple cells, right? Okay. Now, what if I want to select an entire column? Initially, we used the mouse just to come to the letter column and click on it, and the entire column would be selected. But maybe you have a very large data set, you can't just be moving to the top, to the down, right? So let me come here. Maybe I'm at the bottom of my data set, but I want to select the entire column of under C. So by the time you scroll to the top, maybe it can take some time before you get to the top, right? So just click Control plus space bar and it will also select your entire column for you, right? So you can write it down. Control plus space bar will select entire column for you. All right. So this basic formatting, it can help you guide you in your data analysis, right? So click forward. Please, if there is question, if you didn't understand anything, you can let me know and I will take my time and explain it. If not, then we are going to formatting cells, how you are going to format your cell in your data analysis. So in formatting a cell, what formatting means is that it is part of the data cleaning process, right? Those that join the data science, analytics, machine learning class. So in formatting a cell, we have something we called merging. I'm coming. Merging cells. So what the merging cells mean is that you want to combine maybe 4 or 5 cells together, right? And make it just one. So in this case, our first formatting we are going to look at is merging a cell. And in merging a cell, maybe I want to use from here to write maybe University of Ghana, right? Because if I want to write University of Ghana here, this space is too small for me. This space is too small for me. University, let's try something here. University of Ghana, right? Let's see something. So if I want to write something here, the Ghana would vanish because this cell is too small to contain University of Ghana, right? So what I want to do is that I want to merge either 2 or some number of either rows or columns to write something. So what I'm going to do is that let me delete this one first. I'm coming. Okay. All right. So now I need maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 cells together. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select everything together. So if you want to select everything, put the cursor here. Don't leave the left button, right? And drag it to wherever you want it. And drag it to wherever you want it. And it will do the magic for you. So if you come here, please remember that this formatting, right? Come to the format menu bar, click here under format. under format, come down to merge cells, right? Because some of the functions here are different from what it is in Excel. So when you come under format, you see the merge cell. So now come to either merge all. So we are merging all, right? So the moment you click on this one, it is going to put all these cells together as one cell for you. So now we can write our university. We are going to write our University of Ghana over here. Right, University of Ghana. So now we can add our Legon in Accra. In Accra, right? And everything will fit for us nicely, right? So we can use the rest of the cells here or the columns to do whatever we want to do with our data or with our analysis, right? The second formatting we are going to look at is wrapping a cell or test wrapping, right? So the name, you can call it um, wrapping a cell, wrapping a cell like this. Come in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that now we all know how to merge a cell, come to the formats and come to merge all. So now I can write here, the next formatting we are going to look at is wrapping a cell. Wrapping a cell. Oh, why is not showing? Sorry. I'm using white. Oh, come on. All right. So we are going to look at this one, wrapping a cell. Or you can also call it test wrap. Can also call it this one. Oh. Can also call it test wrap. So you can also call it test wrap, right? Okay, so either test wrap or wrapping a cell. What does this mean? And what do we do with this formatting type? So we are going to pick a different data set over here. So let me come here and select different data set here, where we have pretty long sentences or phrases in a cell. What are you going to do with this one? So a minute. All right, so wait a minute. I think my internet is pretty low, so it's loading. So we use test wrap to format our data or our analysis. But as to how and why, it is going to be demonstrated here, right? So maybe you are working on a data set like this, and data cleaning is part of the data analytics process, right? Or to have your analysis done. So now in analyzing this data, now under the notes column, right, the names or the sentences or the phrases we see here are, or they look terrible, that it wouldn't help us to do a better analysis. So what we need to do is to make sure that all these long sentences here are put nicely under each cell, right? Put nicely under each cell. So how are we going to do this? Come, how are we going to do this? Because if we scroll from the gender column, age, date of birth, to the note column, you could see that you might not even be able to interpret what is under notes. So what we are going to do is that we have to wrap test the note column. So each cell would look nicely. We use wrap test to make sure that whatever we are working on in our data set gives a good visual presentation or visual look. So it would help you in your analysis, and it will help your stakeholders or any other third person to really understand what is under each cell. So that's when we use the test wrap. So now what we are going to do is that let's first select or highlight. So in this case, I'm going to use Control plus space bar, right? To select, I didn't do anything. I just used the Control plus space bar to highlight the note column. So now I want to wrap test my note column so everything would look pretty nice, right? Come to format again. So if you come to format, come to wrapping, right? So when you come to wrapping, now it's saying wrap overflow. So click on the wrap. Come, let me see. They should. Oh, I'm coming. My laptop is moving slow. Oh, oh, I think my internet is being slow to respond. So this should automatically do that job for me. Coming. Oh, no, it should be this one. I think the internet is being slow to respond. So this automatically should give us that job or do that job for us. No, since come on, let me see something.